All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CannonBall Iracing series as we are here back at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we've been here for quite a few nights. Pretty much everybody that we've broadcasted for has been at Indianapolis. Roughneck was at Indianapolis in their Cup Series, and then they had the Truck Series at Indianapolis, and last night we had American Sheepdog at Indianapolis, and tonight we got Cannonball at Indianapolis. So it should be a pretty exciting race as we're going to have 80 laps here in the Gen 6 cars. So it's going to be a variety. We had the Gen 6 cars on Flieger Farm TV for Roughneck Racing. Then we had the Truck Series. And now, last night we had the Gen 6 series, and tonight we're back in last night we had the Next Gen series, and tonight we're back in the Gen 6 series for the first race since their break here with CannonBall Iracing series. Sorry about that. But it's a pretty good turnout as we have 19 drivers loaded in tonight's race. They're about to get to qualifying. While they are getting ready to go qualifying, let's go ahead and step aside and listen to that beautiful national anthem. Remove those hats and place your hand over your heart, and let's get to it. Let's hear it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, and we are back, and they are under qualifying. John Daniel's going to be out there on the track trying to put in one of those blazing fast laps. He had a great night last night. Let's see if he's going to have a great night here tonight, as he is going to be in that 02 Chevrolet. And looks like we got a few Toyotas in tonight's race, as last night was almost all Chevrolets. But it should be a pretty exciting race. Merrick Watchorn, he's going to be in that 91 Twigi Chevrolet. He's out there trying to put in his fast lap. And let's see who is going to be able to grab the pole. If you're out there in the chat, we want to appreciate y'all stopping by and joining us over here at Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. We used to be Noma TV, but that is no longer around due to unfortunate circumstances. But we did have a backup channel, and we are going to be live over here from now on. We still have that Roku channel, and you can go and download it on your phone and watch it on the big screen. It'll download once you install it on your phone. It'll install on your Roku account on your TV or wherever you have Roku at, and you'll be able to tune in on the big screen. Right now, Aaron Raymond, he is going to have the fastest lap on the track of a 51.898. in that number 29 Goodrich Chevrolet. Jeff Scott back out there. Old Giggity Carl. And he always has the best paints. Let's see if we can zoom in and see what kind of paint he's running tonight. Oh, I don't have the right camera angle. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a chase cam. All right. It's a nice looking paint. Well, Aaron Raymond still holding the fastest lap on the track, and right now we're watching Mr. Johnny Hurst in that number 58 Toyota Camry trying to make his way around. Right now he is sitting in the fifth position. You got Merrick Watchhorn. He is going to be done with his laps, and he has only made it up to fourth. John Daniels and Aaron Raymond, looks like they are done. Looks like Maurice Gamillion, he is trying to put in a fast lap. Here he comes out of turn number 4. And I still could not get my SDK to work. But let's try it one more time. And let's see if we can't get it to work. Is it going to work? Nope. I don't believe it is. But that's all right. Wesley Lynch out there trying to make a lap or two before the time runs out. He's only got about 25 seconds, and it looks like he's already done. John Anthony, he is going to be out there also. I believe he has just finished up his laps. He's kind of slow on the track, so about 15 seconds left in qualifying. Then we'll get to gridding, and then we'll be going 80 laps. Last night it was a little bit about fuel, a little bit about tires, and we'll see how it goes here tonight. Scott Healy out there in his number 64 Chevrolet, and it looks like qualifying is going to be over. All right, starting on tonight's grid, it's going to be Aaron Raymond and John Daniels going to be starting in row number 1. Row number 2 is looking like Elkins and Watchhorn. Row number 3 is going to be Gamillion and Hurst. Row number 4 is going to be Lynch and Healy. Row number 5 is Gull and Wagner. Row number 6 is going to be Fulton and Anthony. Row number 7, Wartsma and Smith. Row number 8 is going to be Stanley and Melton. And row number 9 is going to be Blake Wachowski and Buchanan. And row number 10 is going to be Jeff Scott. Well, last night in the Cup Series for American Sheepdog, Smith had a pretty fast race car. We'll see how he does tonight. And also, where'd he go? Chris Melton. He had a pretty fast race car, and he was able to grab one of them podium finishes. And looks like everybody is in, and we have one playing a little bit of peekaboo. Don't know who that is. I believe that is going to be the 19 of Buchanan. Hopefully he can get that straightened out. Don't want any equipment failures. Yeah, that is going to be the 19 of Buchanan. He's kind of blinking in and out just a little bit. So hopefully he can get that issue fixed up and get ready to go. If 95 having a little bit of connection issues also, but we'll take that long lap around for the formation lap, and we'll get to green flag racing here in just about a lap. On the restarts, you got to be careful with these cars. They have a lot of horsepower, and they can spin the tires very easily. A lot of guys are going to be using a lot of throttle control coming to the restarts. So look for that tire spin in the Geico restart zone. All right, Aaron Raymond, there he is, bringing the field out of turn number 1 into turn number 2. And we are going to go green flag in about 3/4 of a lap. Roughneck Racing out there giving us the flames, giving us the fire. Let's get it done as James Wagner is going to be out there in that number 30 machine. And Jeff Scott also going to be out there in that number 38. We're going to be keeping an eye on those two. They are pretty fast here. Let's see how they do here tonight. James Wagner had a good chance Monday night in the same car. Let's see how he does here in Roughneck. A little bit different weather conditions than here in CannonBall than the Roughneck series. So we'll see how it affects those race cars here tonight. Once again, if you're new to the channel, we want to appreciate y'all stopping by. Definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe. Help me get this channel up on its feet. I haven't used it in a while. We were over at Noma TV for quite a while, and we just kind of left this one sitting on the back burner. Kind of glad I did, because we definitely needed it here in the last week and in the future. Got a lot of new things that we have been talking about, me and a few others, and hopefully those will be coming down the line here very soon. All right, turn number 4. Here they come. Pace truck is going to dive off, and let's get to green flag racing here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with the CannonBall Iracing Series. Geico restart zone. You can see the blue on the outside wall, and green flag is going to fly. Aaron Raymond taking the green flag here at lap number 1. And we got a little bit of lane changes as people want that bottom lane, and it is going to be side by side. Let's turn the sound on so you can hear it. It is going to be side by side as they come out of turn number 1 into turn number 2. It is going to be Aaron Raymond and John Daniels. John Daniels very aggressive on the start. And you can see Aaron Raymond trying to break up that draft, but now he's got John Daniels right there on the outside as they get ready to come into turn number 3. It is going to be a battle for the lead. Merrick Watchhorn already up a position. They are going to be 3 wide back here, right behind James Wagner. And that is going to be, looks like the 34, the 78. Oh, almost contact with the 34 and the 78, but they do keep it together. And that black car is going to be Derek Fulton. That is going to be the number 35. He's going to be on the inside, and bye-bye number 95. He is going to take a hard hit to the wall. 31 is going to be involved. 49 is going to be involved. And we are going to have our first caution flag here at lap number 2. And we're going to have to go back and see exactly what happened, bringing out that yellow. There you see the 95. He is already going to be out of shape, but I believe the 31 was going to be out of shape also. And let's back it up just a little bit. We're going to ride on board. We know what happened to the 95. He just got a little, oh, there was a little bit of contact there. Don't know if the 95 slid up the track. We'll have to let race control do their duties. And it looks like a little bit of both. One was coming up and one was coming down just a little bit. There you see the 31, he had a little bit of a wiggle coming out of the corner, and he came down just a little bit. But that's going to send the 95 down the track. That's going to send the 31 back up the track. 49 going to have nowhere to go. He was trying to anticipate where that car was going to go and just could not get there. And Jeff Scott going to be involved. He's going to have to bring that car down pit road and do a few repairs. Doesn't look too bad from this angle, but 49, 31, and 95 are definitely going to have to come in and get those cars repaired. All right, let's go back live as Aaron Raymond. He is going to be still your race leader. You got John Daniels going to be right there in second. Merrick Watchhorn is going to be in third. And Jacob Elkins, he is going to be right there in fourth. The biggest mover of the race is going to be Mr. Jeff Scott. After that incident that he was involved in, he's going to move up 4 positions from where he started. Let's take it. It doesn't look too bad, so I believe he will be all right. And from the side view, doesn't look like that hood is crinkled any. And from the driver's side, it looks like he might be all right to stay in the draft and make up a lot of positions. All right. Well, first caution underway. We want to thank our sponsors for coming on board. That's going to be Twigi and CannonBall. And American Sheepdog, you know, they work closely with CannonBall. They do have a new sponsor. That is going to be Web Western. Definitely go check them out and use ASDR Racing for 10% off of your Western wear purchase. Well, so far, the fastest guy on the track is leading the race here at lap number 3. And it looks like the 49 is going to come bring his car back down pit road, maybe for a few other repairs, and top it off with that go-go juice and be able to go the extra mile. And it looks like Dana is out there in the chat. What's happening? How you doing? You doing all right? And the 95 might be out of commission as he probably had to tow, and that's going to cost him a lot of time. Appreciate you stopping by. And that is going to be one of our that's going to be one of the admins for our newest series that hasn't quite started yet. And so we got more info coming to you for that that series. And that's going to be the short track rival racing. So definitely, if you want to see some good dirt track racing, that's probably going to be the place to go, and it's going to be held right here on the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. All right, Andy out there saying, let's go Wesley Lynch. Well, Wesley not doing too bad. He started in 7th. He's holding 7th. And we are about to go back green flag racing as the pace truck bringing him in. Bringing them back to the Geico restart zone. And let's catch up to Mr. Aaron Raymond. Aaron Raymond elected to take the outside on this restart. Yeah, John Daniels, he's going to be restarting in 2nd. Merrick Watchhorn is going to be restarting right there behind John Daniels. And you got the 24 of Elkins. He is going to be restarting right there behind the leader. Pace truck will dive in this time by, and it should be going. Gone. Let's get back to green flag racing, and here he comes, Aaron Raymond, bringing him to the Geico restart zone. Watched for the tire spin. Yes, it is definitely a mouthful. And what a jump on the restart that Aaron Raymond got, and he is gonna open up a gap right there behind him, and John Daniels is gonna fill that gap. Coming into turn number 1. Nice entrance into turn number 1. John Daniels is gonna be falling back to 2nd. Merrick Watchhorn has Elkins on his outside. Now the outside can't get a good run coming out of turn 2, especially if you have the draft. Now he's going to try to crossover. Not going to have the speed. Ooh, Watchhorn gets a little bit loose coming out of the turn number 2 and may have scraped the wall just a little bit. The car doesn't look hurt as they come down that long backstretch. We got 3 wide racing back here towards the back. And looks like that is going to be the 04. Which kind of faded out just a little bit. And you have Jeff Scott. He's going to be in the mix. And the 34 is going to be loose coming out of turn number 3. Wow. 34 got loose, but he was able to gather it right back up. And they are back single file racing. And we got a little bit of a battle with the 04. He is trying to make a move on Matthew Gall as they come into turn number 1. The fastest lap is going to go to Merrick Watchhorn at a 53.782. And 04 is going to pull the slide job on the 74. So Andrew Smith trying to make up a little bit of positions. And right now still is going to be Jeff Scott in the biggest mover of the race so far. Aaron Raymond not under fire by anybody. He has Watchhorn right there in 2nd position. He's going to be up 2 spots as they come into turn number 3. And he is one of the fastest drivers in this league. He does have quite a few wins, but John Daniels, he is going to try to do his darndest to beat his buddy Merrick Watchhorn tonight. down the front stretch across the start-finish line. Is pretty much nose-to-tail racing as far as the eye can see. James Wagner is going to be right there inside the top 10. He has got a mirror full of that number 35 of Derek Fulton as they come into turn number 1. Derek Fulton is going to use a little bit higher line as they come out of turn number 1. He's going to try to get the run off of turn number 2 as they come down that backstretch. There you see the 95 of Jack Stanley. He's coming out of the pits. He's going to be a couple laps down due to the incident on lap number 1. But in the 33, that is going to be Wesley Lynch. He's right there in 7th, trying to use a little bit of draft from Chameleon as they come into turn number 3. Not going to be able to get there this time, but he's got plenty of racing here at lap number 7. We still have about 73 laps left to go and only seen one caution here so far. Back out front is going to be Aaron Raymond. He's going to be trying to break the draft. Merrick Watchorn, he's going to go down to the wall and try to catch a little bit more draft. John Daniels may have had a little bit of a run, but Raymond definitely killed that run as he got to turn number 1. And it is going to be a 4-car train, 4-car breakaway. And the last car in that breakaway is going to be Elkins. Scott Healy, he is going to be right there in 5th. He's going to be up 3 positions. And he's got Wesley Lynch and it looks like the 44 of Gomillion trying a little bit of side-by-side racing. And Gomillion is going to go the opposite direction as the 58 of Johnny Hurst. He is going to be working on that outside and he is going to be able to clear Gomillion and he's going to dive it down to the white line. The 30 of James Wagner, he is still in that top 10. He's going to grab a little bit of draft from Johnny Hurst as they come into turn number 4, but he's going to be stuck on the outside. Gomillion is going to be able to make the pass, and here comes Fulton. They are almost 3 wide. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Fulton took a hard hit. The 44 is going to be around. Oh, no. Jeff Scott is going to be involved again. So we got another caution that's going to fly here tonight at lap number 9. We're going to have to really go back and analyze that because there was a lot going on. There you see 44 not quite clear, and he is going to collect Fulton. Hard to see that number 35, and James Wagner going to be right there. Nowhere to go. And let's click on the 30. Looks like James Wagner kind of made it through. We're going to ride on board. Oh, we're going to ride closer to the 30. There you see the 44 going to take a hard hit to the outside wall. And it looks like James Wagner just kind of pushes him out of the way. I appreciate that, Andy. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying it so far. A couple cars going to have to come down pit road, use those fast repairs. One of them is going to be that 38. Of Jeff Scott. Old Giggity Carl taking a hard hit to the inside wall. All right. Second caution of the night. And a couple cars had to tow. And here comes the 64 of Scott Healy along with the 33. Nope, not the 33, but here comes the 30. Here comes a few other drivers. They are all going to come down and get services, top it off with some go-go juice, and get those cars back out on track. Well, tonight, they looks like the admins, a lot of avoidable contact there. Drivers would have held their brakes. Yeah. So, with tires being 6 sets, a lot of these drivers might take tires a little bit early and get a little bit of a breakaway here early on, but they got to worry about those cautions. They say cautions breed cautions, and let's see who has those fresh tires. Let's see who's going to work out front. Usually Indianapolis is known for its green flag racing, so we'll probably see that here once everybody gets settled in. They haven't been in the car for a little while. Here at CannonBall, they've raced in other series, so there's probably some names that you do recognize, like Hurst, Smith. You got Wagner. He is still in the pits. John Daniels, all these guys, pretty much race with other leagues that we broadcast for. Great to have them. Always, new names are not. There are some new names in here, but looking to get a lot more once they do a little bit more recruiting. But 19 drivers here, a couple that are going to be elapsed now. Wartsmouth, Derek Fulton, and Jack Stanley. Jack Stanley might actually get a lap back here. Yeah, he is down 2 laps. Wartsmouth is going to be the first car 1 lap down. And you got Fulton. He's going to be the second car 1 lap down. So they're going to be battling it out for the lucky dog spot. 44 bringing his car back down pit road, maybe for a few more repairs. Yeah, there's quite a few good drivers in here. They love to race hard, and that makes it so much more entertaining. When they're racing hard, a little bit of door banging, not wrecking each other. Everybody's friends here, and they get a little bit frustrated every now and then, but it's okay. They come back and race it out. I've gotten to know a lot of these drivers, like I said, especially when they run in multiple series that we're affiliated with. A lot of great guys. John Daniels, one of them. He was in our chat Monday night when I was out there racing with him in the Roughneck Cup Series. Great guy. Merrick Watchhorn, he's a great guy. He runs in multiple series. One is Old Glory Racing League. He's a very fast driver over there. And it looks like the 19 has not fixed his connection just yet, but he is going to be the biggest mover. So hopefully he can get that settled down just a little bit. He might take an EOL here as he is blinking in and out. That's going to be tough because he is the biggest mover as of right now. All right, Raymond Daniels going to be restarting on your front row. Watchhorn and Elkins still in row number 2. You have the 33 of Wesley Lynch up 2 spots right there inside the top 5 with Johnny Hurst right there in 6 on his outside. All right, here comes Aaron Raymond. They are going to bring him down to the Geico restart zone. Watch for the tire spin, especially on cars that did not pit. And that's going to be your top 4. And they are going. Green flag racing is underway. Raymond going to get a good jump on that restart. Daniels was caught sleeping just a little bit, but he is still going to hold second, and he is going to leave Watchhorn and Elkins to battle it out for the 3rd position. Watchhorn are going to be on the inside as they come out of turn number 2, down that backstretch. 24 going to have a little bit of advantage, trying to utilize that draft, and they're going to bail on him and take the low line, trying to break the draft from these 2. They're going to try a 2-car breakaway as they come down that backstretch, headed for turn number 3. Got a little bit of a battle back here. And this is going to be for the 7th position, or excuse me, for the 6th position. You got the 33 on the inside. You got the 04 on the outside. And here comes Scott Healy working his way into turn number 4. He is going to try to take a position away, and he does from Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith is going to be up 6th position from where he started. 31, Blake Wachowski. He's going to be up 8 spots. He's going to be working on the inside, trying to grab a little bit of draft from somebody, but everybody's going back up to the top lane. Back here towards the back, it looks like it is going to be the 34 of John Anthony. He is going to be working on the inside of that number 19. He was the biggest mover. He lost a few positions, maybe due to his connection issue. Yeah, I believe that is. And that's going to be the scariest thing, to see a car blink in and out right there in front of you. You don't know where he is. You don't know if you can go with him. You don't know if he's going to appear in your car. So, and it looks like James Wagner, old Dougie, he's going to work to the inside of the 19. He is going to try to overtake that 12th spot. So far, he has it. He's going to pull the slide job, and he gets it. The 49 is going to be right there. He had no clue where the 19 was. 19 is going to go to the outside. What great sportsmanship. Trying not to interrupt anybody's racing, even though he has a little bit of connection issue. Like I said, we hope he figures that out. Looks like he is a very fast driver, and maybe he can work his way back up into the biggest mover spot. And now he's got the 3. Now James Wartsma, he is trying to work his way around, and he is going to be able to. You still have Jeff Scott. They are going to be working their way around the 19. But back up front, it is going to be Blake Witkowski. He is going to be making some crazy moves as they pass by Johnny Hurst like he was standing still. Him and Scott Healy on the move, and they are going to be side by side for that 6th position. And it's going to fade out quick, fast, and in a hurry as that 31 is coming, and he's coming quick. That doesn't sound right. Sorry about that. And it's going to be a battle for the lead as these drivers are going to be on fresher tires. You got Blake Witkowski. He pitted at lap number 9. So he has already worked his way up into the top 5. The 24 of Elkins is under fire. Here comes Blake Witkowski in turn number 2. And is he going to be able to make the pass? No, not this time. He's still going to have that 24 on the inside. Here comes Scott Healy with a run to the inside, and now they're going to try to take it 3 wide as they get to turn number 3. Blake Witkowski, he says, no way, Jose. Here comes the 33 of Wesley Lynch. He's going to try to work with the 64 and get back up there and be able to contend for a position as he is still holding the 7th spot. Healy and Scott still side by side, newer tires. One pitted at lap 9, one pitted at lap 10. There you see the weaving, and here we have a battle for the lead, and it is going to be Merrick Watchhorn on the outside of Raymond. He is going to pull the slide job to the inside, or the overtake to the inside, should I say, not a slide job. And he is going to take over the lead. Now Merrick Watchhorn is known for saving his tires, and that's what he is doing as of right now. He saved a little bit more than the leader, but the fresh air is going to be what you want as Raymond is going to be looking to the inside as they get to turn number 3. And it might be a little bit of contact right there, trying to loosen up that 91. Yeah, these guys are definitely racing it out, and John Daniels is going to be have the 29 under fire as he's trying to overtake for the 2nd position. Going to be stuck on that inside. Here comes Scott Healy. He's going to try to give a draft to John Daniels. Here comes the 33. They are going to be side by side for 3 rows deep. And not for long as Blake Witkowski, he wants 3rd position, up 14 from where he started this race. And now he is working on 2nd place of Aaron Raymond. Aaron Raymond has led the most laps here so far, and Watchhorn may be in trouble if Blake Witkowski can get around that number 91, or excuse me, that number 29. Yeah, Scott Healy, he's going to be right there in 4th as they are trying to break the draft. And you got Elkins and Daniels. They are going to be side by side. And here comes the 33. He's going to be looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get there as an 02 slams the door on him. And here they come into turn number 4. Wow, this is great racing indeed. Oh, Blake Witkowski going to be in the wall. Scott Healy making an evasive maneuver. He gets around Blake Witkowski. Blake Witkowski going to grab the draft from the 64. Here comes the 24, trying to capitalize off that mistake from the 31. It kind of fizzled out as Blake Witkowski still holding strong. Didn't affect his race car any as they are coming into turn number 2. John Daniels looking to the inside of the Elkins. Elkins trying to hold on with everything he can. Daniels slides up the track, almost a little bit of contact. 33 going to be right there trying to give him a shove down the backstretch. And 34 going to be all over the back bumper of 33. 3-car train coming into turn number 3. Who is going to be able to pass the 24? Well, the 02 was able to hold on to that position. But Blake Witkowski still the biggest mover, but that car looks like it's lost a little bit of speed as Aaron Raymond, Scott Healy, and Merrick Watchhorn going to be 1, 2, and 3. And here is the battle for the lead. It is going to be Scott Healy to the inside. Aaron Raymond going to scrape the outside wall coming out of turn number 2. A little bit of side drafting, a little bit of pinching. Not going to give him the entrance coming into turn number 3. And Blake Witkowski going to be right there back in the action, trying to give Scott Healy a little bit of help on that inside lane. Not going to be able to get there. He's going to slide it in right there behind the 91. as they come into turn number 4. It's been great racing here so far. And let's go check out the, oh my goodness, and the 29 is going to be out of shape. He does save it, almost takes a hit to the pit wall there, but regains control of that race car. Still, he looks like he is driving off the right rear, as loose as that car is. A little bit of brake bias adjustment should correct that loose race car, and he can get back up here to battle for some positions. Blake Wachowski still in second. He was able to get around Scott Healy, and he is going to take a shove from the 64. 64 is going to push him down the racetrack. They are going to be side by side as they reach turn number 3. Ooh, that was very close. Almost too close. But Watchhorn just watching this battle in his rearview mirror. And let's ride on the back bumper of Watchhorn. Absolutely, Andy. Nice save. These guys are driving like they haven't raced in a while. And now Watchhorn gonna be taking a big bump down the front stretch. Blake Wachowski almost had the lead, but couldn't quite get there. Turn number 1, it is a battle like it's the last lap. Watchhorn not ready to give it up, and he's going to block with all his might. We could see a bump and run if he wears out his tires, and Scott Healy wants it, but that's okay. These guys are buddies. All right, let's go back through the field and see where everybody else is stacking up, as the 33 of Wesley Lynch working his way up into the top 5. Second biggest mover of the race is going to be Chris Melton. I told you to watch out for that number 49 machine, as he has worked his way up into the top 4. He is going to be our second biggest mover. John Daniels, he has possibly burnt up his tires as he has fallen back to 6th. You got James Wagner, who up 3 positions. He has worked his way up into 7th. And John Elkins, he has fallen back to 8th also. He is running in 4th. And just a lot of racing, a couple tire strategies gone wrong, and this could be a deciding factor of who wins this race. Some of these drivers, besides Merrick Watchhorn, he is the only one that is up in the top 3 that has not pitted yet, and we got a new leader as they come into turn number 3, and that is going to be Scott Healy. Scott Healy pitted in the lap number 10 and did a little bit of top off. He did come in lap number 9. And now he is going to be out here leading this race on 10-lap newer tires. This could be, if it goes green flag racing, this could be a deciding factor of who might win this race. There you see he's going to break the draft. And Blake Wachowski, he's going to try to use Watchhorn as a draft car coming in turn number 1. He's not going to let Scott Healy get away from him just yet. Chris Melton, he is going to be back about 2.6 seconds. Watch out for that number 30. Oh, yes. Big Doug is on the move. He's up a couple positions in 7th. And back here, talking about Dougie, I do believe he was side by side for just a minute. But right there behind him, Johnny Hurst, he has got Anthony on his outside. Johnny Hurst is down 3 positions. He started in 6th, and now he's running in 9th. And here comes Matthew Gall. He's going to be trying to work his way around that number 34 on the outside, and he is going to be able to complete the pass. So that is going to work his way up into the top 10. Looks like Aaron Raymond still holding the fastest lap at a 51.974. And it looks like it's starting to get spread out, and the 34 dropping towards the back. Now this could be a little bit of tire strategy. The 34, when did he pit? He pitted at lap number 10 also, but could be tire, could be fuel. He may not took tires as his car was, he had to use a fast repair. And Jeff Scott going to be in the pits and down and away here at lap number 24. Raymond came in at lap number 21. But out front is going to be Scott Healy. Can Jeff Scott stay on the lead lap as he just came out of pit road? James Wagner moving up to the 6th position. It looks like Wagner did pit at lap number 10. He's good at saving tires. He's good at saving fuel, and he could just be back here just cruising, letting everybody else burn their stuff up. And he has got the 33 of Wesley Lynch in his sight, which did not pit. So James Wagner could be moving up into the top 5 within the next few laps. Got quite a few viewers out there in the chats. Appreciate y'all stopping by, spending your Friday evening here with us over here at CannonBall Iracing Series. Don't forget, we do have that Roku channel, and that is going to be under the Southern Broadcast Gaming Network. If you have the app on your phone, you can install it right on your TV from your phone. And you can watch all the live races, and you can go back and watch a race on demand. You can find your favorite leagues and find out your favorite driver, what leagues they run in, and watch all his previous races with the Racing on Demand. James Wagner still right there in 6th. He's slowly but surely tracking down that number 33 of Wesley Lynch. That has not pitted. Now, we saw a couple drivers come in at lap number 21 and 23. And Scott did fall down to be the first car one lap down. Raymond, he is going to be just ahead coming down the front stretch as Scott Healy. He is just now coming out of turn number 4. Now, Jeff Scott trying to work his way around the 64, trying to get his lap back, and I do believe he is going to be able to do it. And this is what Merrick Watchorn wants to see. He wants to see somebody up here trying to battle with the 64, but the 64 is going to let him right on by, so Jeff Scott is going to be back on the lead lap. Pitting early, we found, could be an advantage, and I believe they are learning from what they experienced on Monday night and bringing it here to Friday night. James Wagner has been practicing all week, and he's been running good, as now he is going to try to work himself into the top 5. He's got the 33 on the outside coming into turn number 3, and out of turn number 3. Will he be able to pull the slide job? Not quite. Turn number 4, and he's going to be able to complete it. So James Wagner moving up to the top 5. Now he's got Chris Melton in his sights. Chris Melton is also one of those drivers that pitted at lap number 10, so he's got a little bit newer tire, a little bit the same amount of laps on his tires. We'll see how this all plays out. And you still got Scott Healy out front. You got Merrick Watchorn right there in second. But still, the biggest mover of the race is going to be Blake Witkowski. And we'll put that on screen for you. Second biggest mover is going to be Chris Melton, as he is up 12 positions, running in 4th. James Wagner going to be up 5. He is going to be running in the top 5. Johnny Hurst moving his way up into the 6th position. And yeah, got Wesley Lynch battling it out for 7th with Matthew Gall. Matthew Gall not going to be able to make the pass as of yet, as he is going to remain in 8th. Coming down the front stretch, you got Jacob Elkins. He is falling all the way back to 9th with John Daniels in 10th. Now here comes the 24. He's going to move to the inside of the 78. He's going to try to pull a little bit of a slide job coming in turn number 1, or a little bit of side draft coming in turn number 1. And is he going to be able to make the pass on the 78? No, the 78 is going to use the power of the outside lane and stay right there where he was. Maurice Gomillion, he is going to be in that number 44. Oh, the 02 is going to get a little bit sideways and out of shape, but he does save it. And here comes a 44. He is going to make it 3 wide as they are coming into turn number 3. They get it straightened out. As the 24 said, no, I'm not ready for the 3 wide situation. And the 44 is going to work himself up into the 9th spot, leaving Elkins and Daniels back here to battle it out for 10th and 11th. Andrew Smith, he is back here riding by himself, kind of. And he is going to be in 12th. He is going to be up 2 spots from where he started. And John Anthony in that number 34 machine. He's had a rough start to the race, but it could get better as long as he stays with it. Aaron Raymond, he is going to find himself just on the lead lap, about 34 seconds back from the leader. And you got Jeff Scott. He is going to be the last car on the lead lap. He is going to be about 47 seconds behind the leader. Derek Fulton still out here running. He's going to be the first car 1 lap down. Stanley's going to be 2 laps down. And Wortma going to be 2 laps down. We got Buchanan, our last place driver. He unfortunately dropped out, possibly due to connection loss. Hate to see that. He looked like he had a fast race car. Well, hopefully he'll be able to get that straightened out by next week and bring it on back. But we got quite a few viewers out there. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Definitely showing the channel some love. Really appreciate it. CannonBall Iracing Series, definitely appreciates it. Merrick Watchorn still in pursuit. He's got 10 lap older tires than Scott Healy. And Scott Healy trying to drive away about a half a second away from Merrick Watchorn in second. Back about 2.3 seconds from the leader is going to be Melton. He had a fantastic run last night, and he finds himself back here in third. He's got Wachowski pitted at lap 9. Pretty much equal tires, and they're going to be running third and fourth. Pretty spread out right now. Looking for the best battle on the track. We should probably be seeing maybe some green flag pit stops here coming up soon. And let me tell you, this as somebody just came out of the pits. I believe that was going to be Lynch. So he made his pit stop here at lap number 31. And also Smith did too. So they're going to have the 4 fresh feel goods on those race cars. And topped it off with that go-go juice. There you see James Wagner just went by along with Johnny Hurst and Matthew Gall. So he's going to come out. He's going to be coming out flying. And there you see that 04 right there. And Merrick Watchorn, he is going to bring it down pit road. He's going to leave Scott Healy out to lead this thing all by himself. About 2.6 seconds back to Melton. He has still got Blake Wachowski. He's going to be right there. Jet's going to move James Wagner up into fourth. If it stays green, stand out longer, could be better. All these drivers here pitted at lap number 9 and 10. Your top 5. Daniels still out. He is on the oldest tires of the top 7. Out of the top 10, Daniels and Elkins are going to be on the oldest tires. Looks like the 44 is trying to work his way around John Daniels. Is he going to be able to do it? Looks like Jacob Elkins. He is going to bring it down, locking him up. Ooh, did he get it down? That's 60 miles an hour for pit road speed. I do believe he was able to get it down to pit speed. We'll see how that all plays out as he almost went sideways. Told you, as green flag pit stops commenced, that pit road was going to be a booger to get on. And Scott Healy now working his way out to 2.7 seconds out in front of Melton. Clean air is definitely what you need here. He's got the 33 right there in front of him. The 33 is not for a position. He is going to be back here in 14th. He's going to be the second car 1 lap down. Elkins is going to be down and away. 6 sets of tires. You best pretty much take a set every time you come in a pit. And John Daniels is going to work his way down, and he's going to get it down to 60 miles an hour. A little bit of tire smoke, but that's okay. And Scott Healy still going to be out here leading. He's going to put the 24 or 1 lap down. He's going to be the first car 1 lap down. Now Hurst makes it by, so he is going to be the second car 1 lap down. John Daniels and John Anthony both going to be bringing their cars down for service. Scott Healy has Johnny Hurst on his bumper. Is Scott Healy going to let him go, or is he going to hold him up as they come out of turn number 4? Looks like Hurst is going to have the run along with the 24. Here they go. They are going to get their lap back the hard way And I look to see the 33 try to grab a little bit of draft and get around, but he's not going to be able to get there this time. And the lap down cars are now back on the lead lap. Hurst, Elkins, back on the lead lap. Here comes the 33. He wants his lap back too. He's going to be the first car one lap down, and now he is going to be the last car on the lead lap as he is able to pull the slide around Scott Hill. Chris Melton, he is going to be right there in second. He's got the 04. John Daniels is going to be now the first car one lap down. Or excuse me, Smith is going to be the first car one lap down. John Daniels is going to be the second car one lap down. Now Smith pitted at lap number 31, and Daniels pitted at lap number 35. So a little bit of fresher tires on the 02. So we'll see how long it takes him to run down Andrew Smith in that 04 machine. Daniels trying to work it around Melton. Melton's going to stay high and let Daniels go to the inside, and they are going to be side by side coming across the start-finish line. Coming into turn number 1, Daniels is going to have the advantage, and he does. Looks like Melton slowed down and gave him the line, knowing that he has those fresh tires. Let's go and see where Raymond is. He pitted at lap number 21, and he finds himself in 7th. So the field is pretty spread out. He's got Watchhorn right there behind him. Now that is going to be 12 lap newer tires. So Watchhorn going to be making the pass here very shortly and taking over that 7th position. And we are almost halfway in the race. That looks like Raymond had a little bit of trouble, and I believe he is going to be in some major trouble as he looks like he has a little bit of damage on the right side of that race car. You can see that fender is just pushed in on that right front. Yeah, he is going to have some handling issues coming into turn number 3. Yeah, that fender is definitely pushed in, so he might be going the opposite direction with that damage. Hopefully he still has that fast repair, or it's enough time to get it all fixed up, and it looks like Jeff Scott is going to bring his car back down pit road, slowing it down, that Toyota Camry, down to 50 miles an hour, so he is under pit road speed. Scott Healy still staying out here in lap number 38. John Daniels looking to overtake the position from from Andrew Smith, as that is a battle for the 10th spot. All spread out along the racetrack. Still, Scott Healy going to be your leader. You got Chris Melton in second. You got Blake Wachowski working his way up to 3rd. You got Maurice Gramillion. He is going to be right there in 4th. Merrick Watchhorn is going to be in 5th. Aaron Raymond is going to be in 6th. You got Johnny Hurst. He is going to be right there in 7th. 8th is going to be Jacob Elkins. 9th is going to be Wesley Lynch. 10th is going to be John Daniels. Andrew Smith is going to be 11th. 12th is going to be Matthew Gall. James Wagner going to be right there in 13th. 14th is going to be John Anthony. Derek Fulton is going to be 15th. Jeff Scott in 16th. And James Wortma in 17th. Jack Stanley still out there on the track. Even though he is 3 laps down, he is going to be wrapping up your 18th driver. Scott Healy now bringing his car down pit road here at lap number 40. Looks like he is maybe about 10 laps shy. Don't know if it is possible to save that much fuel, but that's going to turn over the lead to Mr. Melton, and second place is going to be Blake Wachowski. Both up 15 positions. So those two are going to be your biggest movers of the race as of right now. And let's see what SDK finds exciting. And that is going to be Johnny Hurst, as he is right there in 6th. Trying to track down Jacob Elkins. And looks like Chris Melton, he is going to bring his car down for fresh feel goods and top it off with some of that go-go juice. I see the 19 trying to make a comeback, maybe. Not exactly sure, but somebody else coming down pit road, and that is going to be Fulton. He's going to stop in and grab his 4 fresh feel goods and top it off with some of that go-go juice. And here comes Melton, dropping all the way down to 7th as of right now. Wesley Lynch is going to drop him down to the 9th position as Daniels makes it on by 2. And here comes Andrew Smith. Going to drop him all the way back to 10th. Don't know if Matthew Gall is going to have enough time to make the pass, but those 4 fresh feel goods should be able to get him back up to the back up front, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, Blake Wachowski and Maurice Chameleon in that number 44 machine, they are going to bring their hot rods down pit road. Now, everybody should have pitted. Everybody has pitted between lap number 31 and now. So we got 38 laps to go here in tonight's race. Merrick Watchorn going to be right back out front with Jacob Elkins in hot pursuit, but Johnny Hurst has got a little bit to say about that, as he is going to be about 0.3 of a second back from that number 24. And Scott Healy, he's on the freshest tires of the top 4. He's got a lot of work to do, as he is about 10 seconds back, but he is going to be able to catch 2nd and 3rd quick, fast, and in a hurry, and he is already there as they come into turn number 4. Out of turn number 4, he's going to be looking to the inside of Johnny Hurst, and he is going to have the momentum coming down in that front stretch, and he is going to get it. Now he's got the 24 right there in his sights. Is he going to be able to make the move? Almost touched the door off the 58 as he sails it into turn number 1. And now he is going to be right there side by side with Elkins for that 2nd position. And he's going to sail right on by the 24. Now the 3 is going to be right there in his path. This is going to be James Wartsma, and he is going to be able to make the pass with ease, as Wartsma still has a lot of damage on the right side of that race car, but a great looking paint scheme on that number 3 machine. And that is going to be autism awareness, and that is great paint on that car. Looks like Wartsman is going to bring his car back down pit road. Now 8 seconds out is going to be Merrick Watchorn, as Scott Healy trying to make something happen. He was out front for a while on fresh tires. Can he get back there? Now he's already taken it down to 8.5 seconds behind Merrick, and it's closing fast. 7 laps as Blake Wachowski puts in the fastest lap. Now 7 laps separate their tire wear. So the harder Healy drives, he might be out of tires before he catches Watchorn. Watchorn is very good at saving his equipment. Battle between the 33 and the 78 is going on, and that is going to be with Lynch and Gall. This is a battle for the 7th position, and it looks like Gall is going to be able to pull the slide job, but the 33 is not ready to let it go. And here comes Blake Wachowski around Andrew Smith like he was standing still. Blake Wachowski did pit at lap number 41, and he is going to be looking to the inside of the 33. He is going to be able to make the he's going to be able to make the pass on the 33 coming down the front stretch into turn number 1. Now he has his sights set on the 78. Chris Melton going to be right up ahead of this battle, and he is going to be the biggest mover of the race, up 10 spots, right there in 6th, trying to catch up to Daniels to take over one of the top 5 positions. Blake Wachowski not able to get to the back bumper of Matthew Gall just yet, but here they come into turn number 3. He already has the draft. Now he's going to look to the inside. Gall slams the door on him, but he's going to ride a little bit higher and open the door. And here comes Blake Wachowski in turn number 4. He completes the pass. Now he is going to be right there in 7th place, tied with Melton for the biggest mover of the race. And Melton's not too far ahead, as Melton and Wachowski both pitted at lap number 41. Can he catch up to Melton, as he is about 2 seconds back from the back bumper of that number 49 machine. Blake Wachowski, Merrick Watchorn, he is going to be still the leader. Now only about 5.6 seconds. So Healy has really took off about 5 seconds away from the lead that Watchorn had. Hurst going to be still in third, and now Elkins. They are going to be battling side by side as they come into turn number 3. Out of turn number 3, they are still side by side. Hurst not able to clear the 24 as they come into turn number 4. Is he going to be able to pull the slide job? 24 is going to put the power down. 58 is not going to be able to get there this time. Almost a door bang, but they keep it straight. 58 going to have about a half a car. Now he's got a full car. So the 24 is going to tuck in right behind the 58. Crossing that start-finish line as they come into turn number 1. 58 is going to put a little bit of distance in between him and the 24, and that's only going to be about 0.2 of a second, but that's just enough to correct any mistake that you might have and keep your position. Now Healy going to be right there within 4.6 seconds. He's got the 3 awardsmen right there behind him as they come into turn number 3. Out of turn number 3. Got a little bit of help. Now 4.2 seconds separate the 64 from the 91. We're coming to, we don't have a lot of laps left. We got 32 laps to go in tonight's race. We've only had 2 cautions so far. Oh, and the 38 going to get tight right behind the race leader. He is going to have a lot of damage on that race car. That is one thing that some of this track does not have. It does not have those safer barrier walls, so it can tear up a fender very quickly. As you can see, that is what it's done to that number 38 of Jeff Scott. Scott Healy now going to be about 3.1 seconds back from Watchorn. Watchorn could be saving what he has, as let's ride on board with the leader. It doesn't sound like any saving for Merrick Watchorn, so he is trying to stay out front with everything he has, but I see that number 64 coming into frame. There he is. There's our leader, and right back here, right behind Jeff Scott, is going to be that number 64 of Scott Healy. Coming down the front stretch, it looks like Jeff Scott is going to get out of the way. Looks like the 64 of Scott Healy had too much momentum, so he couldn't get the draft up to 38. But Wardsman is still going to be right there. He is going to try to help the 64 as much as he can. Coming out of turn number 1, now within 1.6 seconds of Merrick Watchorn for that lead. 7 lap older tires for our leader. And now he has got a lap down car to deal with, and that is going to be the 95. He's going to pull a little bit of draft from the 95, trying to get a little bit of distance between him and the 64. And here he comes into turn number 4. He's going to ride the high line instead of the low line. Oh my goodness, contact between the 95 and the 91. That's going to throw the 91 into the wall. Turn number 3, that slowed up the 91, and there is the 64, Scott Healy. As they come out of turn number 4, it is going to be Scott Healy coming to the line here at lap number 50. Merrick Watchorn going to pull a little bit of a block. Scott Healy gives him the bumper, bumps him out the way. They are still going to be nose to tail as they come into turn number 1. Who is it going to be? And it looks like Healy has got a little bit of an advantage. 7 lap newer tires, and he makes the he doesn't make the pass just yet. Merrick Watchorn still hanging tight on that outside as they come out of turn number 2. Coming down that backstretch, it is going to be side-by-side racing for these two, as the 64 still has a fender on the left quarter panel of the 91. Coming into turn number 3, it is going to be Scott Healy with a half a car advantage, but Merrick Watchorn is not ready to give up the lead yet. 7 lap older tires, and he is hanging on like they're fresh new tires. And it looks like the 64 is going to is going to have to tuck in behind the 91 and try another lap because Merrick Watchorn not ready to give it up. Wow. So that little bit of a mistake did not slow that Twigi machine down. He is still ready to battle another lap. And here they go, nose to tail coming out of turn number 2. Who's going to have the run? Watchorn trying to break the draft. Here comes Wartsma. He is going to try to help somebody. He doesn't know who he's going to go with yet, but he is going to stick with the 64 as he helped the 64 get up to Watchorn the best way he could. Coming into turn number 3, it's going to be, a little bit loose and side by side coming into turn number 4. It still has the door open. That Twigi machine still trying to hang tight on that outside. Now he opens up the bottom lane, and the 3 is trying to figure out who is he going to go with. I'm going to look to the outside, and a little bit of draft, braking, and still going to be side by side coming into turn number 1. I bet you these drivers have a big smile on their face as they're having the time of their life, battling for the lead. A little bit of a door check to the 64. 64 going to make it around coming out of turn number 2. So the lead has changed back to Scott Healy here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway with 27 laps to go. Let's go check on Melton as he is still 6.2 seconds back. He pitted at lap number 41. He still has fresher tires than the 33. Blake Wachowski, he's not going to be too far back. He's within 2.3 seconds of Melton in 4th. Johnny Hurst is going to fall back about almost 3 seconds from Hurst in 5th. You got Elkins hanging tough. He is going to be right there in 6th place. Those two are within 0.4 of a second. So some great battling going on for the lead. And it is kind of fizzled out as Healy has now extended his lead to about 0.4 of a second. And you got the 3 right there still trying to help out Watchorn, but I do believe his tires are giving up just a little bit. He's making up a little bit of ground with the help of the 3 right there behind him, and a little bit of draft from the 64. So he's still hanging in there, but that fresh air on the nose of that 64 is definitely doing him some good. Let's go check on our other drivers as we go through the field, and that is going to be presented by Twigi, one of the proud sponsors of the CannonBall Iracing series. You got Scott Healy. He is going to be up 7 positions in our lead, and you got Merrick Watchorn going to be up 2 in 2nd. You got Chris Melton. He is going to be up 13, tied for the biggest mover of the race in 3rd. Blake Wachowski going to be also up 13 position. He's going to be right there inside the top 5, and he is going to be riding in 4th. About 9 seconds back from our leaders. Back here in 5th, we are going to have Johnny Hurst. He's going to be up 1 spot from where he started this race. Chris Elkins, he's going to be down 3. He pitted a little bit earlier than a lot of these other drivers. So we'll have to see how he holds on to it. But right there in 7th is going to be John Daniels. He's going to be down 5 spots. Matthew Galt going to be up 1 in 8th. James Wagner going to be in the top 10. He's going to be right around in 9th, up 1 spot from where he started. Maurice Chameleon is going to be wrapping up your top 10, and he's going to be down 5 positions. Andrew Smith is going to be up 3, riding around in 11th. Jeff Scott is going to be up 7, riding in 12th. You got John Anthony. He's going to be bringing his car down pit road. He's going to take those 4 fresh field goods. Going to be down and away, and he's going to be holding on to 13th. Derek Fulton, he is going to be right now in 13th. Now, as he puts John Anthony down to 14th. James Wartsma, he is going to be in 15th. Jack Stanley in 16th. Wesley Lynch going to be in the pits in 17th. And Aaron Raymond going to be wrapping up your top 18. Been some amazing races as Watchorn is now falling back 0.8 of a second. Jeff Scott getting a little bit loose right there in front of Melton. And Melton is not really closing that gap. Now that he has somebody to draft with, maybe he can make something happen. As 2 cars are always faster than 1, especially here where draft is a good thing. Jeff Scott working on the outside lane. Looks like he's going to open up the door for Melton to get right on by. That is not going to be for position, but that could turn out to be some great racing as they come down the backstretch side by side. Melton in third. Jeff Scott is going to be in 12th. He's going to be the first car, one lap down, trying to make the pass on Smith. We should see green flag pit stops happen here very, very soon, and this probably will be their last pit stop. Scott Healy now out to 1 second lead over Merrick Watchhorn. You got 7.2 on Chris Melton, which is still back here in third. And we got another pit goer, and who is that going to be? That is going to be Andrew Smith bringing his car down pit road, and you got Johnny Hurst. He is going to be making his way down pit road at 60 miles an hour, going to grab maybe his last set of 4 fresh fuel goods and topping it off with that last tank of Sunoco race fuel. It's been all green flag racing besides 2 cautions here so far. And once again, we want to say we appreciate everybody that has came out and spent your Friday evening here with us at Southern Broadcast Gaming Network on the YouTube side and the Roku side. Once again, if you don't have the Roku app, we ask you if you please would go on your Roku app, on your phone, install the channel, and it'll install on your Roku device, and you can watch it on the big screen right there in your living room. Well, Scott Healy now extending his lead out to 1.4 seconds over Watchhorn. Watchhorn has been a pretty dominant car, but Healy has been a little bit more dominant, as we've seen John Daniels out front trying to battle for the lead earlier on. And we also had Aaron Raymond, which he is not on the track anymore. He has retired that 29 Goodrich Chevrolet, as we just went back to Healy, and he got a little bit loose coming out of turn number 4. And that allowed Watchhorn to make up about 0.3 of a second and closing. Only 7 cars on the lead lap right now. That's going to be the last car on the lead lap, which is going to be Gamillion, and he is going to take it down the pit road, and he is going to make the speed limit. And that is we're going to go up to James Wagner, which is going to be 17 seconds back from your leaders, but he has got Elkins in his sight. He's going to be about 1.5 seconds back from Elkins. And there is Elkins right there. Excuse me, 2.5 seconds. Wachowski falling about 10 seconds back. He's still got about 4 seconds to Melton in that number 49 hot rod. And, I would say it's battle of the manufacturers, but it's not. It's 2 Chevrolets leading in first and second, and your first Ford is going to be Melton. And there we see, I think that is Fulton coming out of the pit. Nope, that wasn't Fulton. I believe that was Daniels. He may have been coming out of the pits. He is going to be dropped down to 7th after that pit stop. Well, I want to give a shout out to another one of our sponsors, and that is going to be Admin Box. If you don't have the Admin Box and you need it for your race control, definitely look up Admin Box and use ASD for your 10% off of all your purchases. And Healy is going to stay out as Watchhorn is going to come down pit road for the final time tonight if it stays green. 18 laps to go. And it's only a matter of time before Healy brings his car down. He doesn't want to stay out too long because tires are a factor here. And he may run out of laps if he stays out too long to catch the 91 of Merrick Watchhorn. Chris Melton is going to move up to the second position. They both pitted at lap number 40 and 41. I don't believe they have the fuel. They're going to be probably about 10 laps short. And here comes the 49. And Healy is going to be in the pits, so they're going to go ahead and make their pit stop. Let's kind of follow around where Watchhorn is coming. So he is just now coming out of the pits as Healy and Melton are coming down, and it looks like Blake Witkowski is going to lead tonight's race. Now he is going to be the biggest mover as pit stops are underway. He is going to be up 16 positions. James Wagner going to move up to second. Scott Healy going to be putting his 4 fresh field goods on. There you see the left-hand tires going on. Merrick Watchhorn coming out of turn number 4. Are they going to beat the 91? How close is it going to be? How much does one lap really matter? And that is going to be a lot, because here he comes into turn number 1. He's got to pick up that speed. Will he have enough time to do it? Now it's going to be a 1-lap factor with tires. Both into turn number 2. Still on that access road. That access road is very slippery. Now they are going to be within about 2 seconds of each other. And Wagner going to stay out as Blake Witkowski is going to bring his car down pit road. He is going to get his final service of the night. Wagner is going to be out here leading the race with that Rusty's number 94 right there in front of him. And that is going to be a Stanley. Stanley moving up to the 15th position as Wagner going to make his way around, putting him another lap down. He's back to 3 laps down. Wagner pitted at lap number 38. And it looks like Watchhorn is going to have the fastest lap on the track, and that is going to be a 51.719 for Merrick Watchhorn, taking the fastest lap. 19 seconds separate Wagner from Watchhorn, and still 2 seconds between Watchhorn and Healy. Healy's going to need a little bit of help to catch that number 91 Twigi Chevrolet. Looks like a green flag pit stops have cycled through. The only one that has not come in is the 95 and the 30. Wagner hoping to see a caution that would really do him justice. Another fast lap, and that is going to be by Scott Healy, about 0.2 faster than Merrick Watchhorn. And it is really starting to heat up as Les right on board with Healy as he is making his way down the backstretch. There you see Watchhorn right there in the windshield, and he is driving the wheels off of that car with only 15 laps to go as the leader comes to the line. That time is just all over the place. And Wagner brought his car down pit road, and we have another leader, well, a new leader, and that's going to be right back to Merrick Watchhorn as now pit cycles have finished. 15 laps to go. Wagner going to be in, making his final pit stop. Melton is going to move up to 4th, and Daniels, but right now it is going to be 1.2 seconds separating Healy from Watchhorn. Watchhorn Jr. Everett this is going to get very exciting, folks, as we saw the battle, earlier on, and that was with a whole lot of laps to go. Now, if these two catch up to each other, it is going to be an ongoing battle, lap after lap, until somebody's tires give up. All right, well, let's see what SDK finds the most exciting, and that is going to be this one right here. This is going to be Hurst and Gall not too far behind with the 3. Wortsman not for position, but he is going to be right there. And here comes Blake Witkowski. That is going to be a forward position. He's going to have the 78 on the outside as they come across the start-finish line, headed for turn number 1. Blake Witkowski trying to hold it. Is he going to be able to make the pass? I do believe so. And he's got 3 on the outside now. He's going to be able to pass with ease. Now Wachowski does have a little bit fresher tires. He's got about 5 lap newer tires than the 58. He's got about 4 lap newer tires than the 78. So newer tires are definitely doing justice. And right back out front within 9/10 of a second is going to be that number 64. And the 91 doing everything he can to break the draft from the 64. Now 8/10 of a second. Within a couple laps, we're going to see these two really go at it, as the 95 is just going to pull over and say, hey, yeah, y'all have it, boys. I'm out. You got a 35. He's going to be right there in front. Now lap cars could play a factor, and that's going to be Derek Fulton right there in front of the leader of Merrick Watchorn. There you see the leaders are coming. Now within a half a second from Watchorn is going to be Healy. Lap down car coming into turn number 3. He's going to open up the bottom lane. He's going to let him ride right on by. And here comes Healy. Now Healy being on the outside, he's going to have the draft from the 91, and there he lets him right on in. Fulton, being the sportsman that he is, lets the leaders have their lane of choice. Melton's still going to be back here in third. He's still got John Daniels right there in the 4th position. This battle could be heating up, as they are only about a second away from each other. There you see 10.6 seconds to the leader and 11.7 seconds to Daniels. Blake Wachowski, he is going to be about 2 seconds back from Daniels, so we can. Blake Wachowski has about 4 lap newer tires than Daniels, but he has the same lap tires as Melton. Now out front, it is going to be a battle for the lead, and Jeff Scott is going to be there to watch it. Jeff Scott, let's ride on board with him. Let's ride on board with the 38 of Jeff Scott. And this is what he is seeing in his front windshield. These two running nose to tail. We saw the battle earlier, and now they are coming into turn number 2, pretty much nose to tail. Jeff Scott trying to hold on, and I hope he holds on for quite a bit, because this could be our camera angle to watch these two door bang throughout the rest of this race. 11 laps to go. Merrick Watchorn going to be bringing them to 10 when he crosses the start-finish line into turn number 3, nose to tail. And Jeff, you're falling back a little bit, so we're going to ride with Scott Healy. And trying to break the draft. Scott Healy working his way back up the racetrack, trying to take the runaway, trying to take the entrance away, and they are going to be nose to tail coming into turn number 1. Out of turn number 1 into turn number 2. It is still going to be about nose to tail. It's still going to be about 2/10 of a second away from each other. Now Hurst and Gall, they are pretty much right there nose to tail, and this is going to be a battle for the 6th position. And you also have Elkins and Gamillion back here, and they are not too far, and that is going to be a battle for the 9th position. Or excuse me, 8th position, if they get any closer. Now back nose to tail, 10 laps to go, coming into turn number 3, or excuse me, coming out of turn number 4, down that front stretch once again. Pretty much one lap old tires, or excuse me, 63. One pitted at 63, one pitted at 62. So one lap in between their tires, and I don't believe that's going to play a factor here in the closing of this race. Melton still hanging on, and he has created a little bit of distance between Daniels, and Daniels has got some company from Blake Wachowski for that 4th position. Coming out of turn number 1. Into turn number 2, out of turn number 2. Oh, almost contact. And Blake Wachowski gonna grab the 4th position. Is he gonna have the entrance into turn number 3? Yes, he's gonna have the entrance. And Blake Wachowski is gonna move up to the 4th spot. Chris Melton and Blake Wachowski still your biggest movers of the race tonight. Wesley Lynch is going to be in the pits. Jack Stanley going to be back here in in 17th. Or excuse me, 16th. Horseman is going to be in 15th. And he is right here behind the battle between Gall and Hurst. And here they go. Gall wants it. Hurst has it. Oh, out of turn number 2. Going to be in the wall is Hurst. And the 3 is going to go by. He saves it. He's going to be in the grass. Can he keep it out of the race surface and keep it straight? He does. Wow, what an amazing save. But back out here in front is going to be Watchhorn and Healy side by side coming across the stripe. And looks like Healy is going to have the advantage working on the inside coming into turn number 1. They are going to be side by side out of turn number 1. Healy's still going to have about a fender. Can he get there, or are we going to see the bump and run? He closes the door, opens it back up, side by side coming out of turn number 2. You got Fulton. He is going to dive it right there behind the 64. Give the 64 a little bit of advantage. Coming down the backstretch, it looks like the 64 has about a half a car advantage coming into turn number 3, but he has that low lane. Can he hold it? 91 working his way around on the outside coming out of turn number 3. Still side by side, half a car advantage. Ooh, cuts him off going into turn number 4 and opens the door right back up. And Merrick Watchhorn going to be in the wall. They're both going to go to the wall. Caution, 7 laps to go. Fulton going to be involved. Wow. And that is going to change everything. 7 laps to go. The leaders crash out. As a look at Watchhorn, he's going to be up against the wall. He's going to come down into the 64. Nowhere to go. Innocent bystander, and Fulton going to be right there trying to get that car slowed down. Not going to be able to. Going to take a trip to the outside wall. That 91 Twigi machine, he's going to take a trip to the inside wall. Not a lot of damage, but Fulton, he is going to be picked up, twisted, and spit back out. Well, that changes a lot. And we're going to rewind it one more time. And we're going to ride with Fulton. And let's go to his cockpit view. There he goes. He's like, oh, okay, I got it. No, I ain't got it. And you can see those RPMs dropping. He's off that gas, and there is a 64. Scott Healy just coming right in front of him. Trying to get that car to do what he wants it to do. Not going to be able to, and picks him up. All 4 tires off the ground. And then Twigi machine is definitely going to have to use that fast repair. Wow, what a race for the lead. And everybody coming down. Jeff Scott is going to most likely get one of his laps back. Jeff Scott going to be back on the lead lap. He's going to take the wave around. Hurst he is on the lead lap. And here they all go. Scott Healy going to be bringing it down. Who is going to have the race off of pit road? Who's it going to be? Daniel's going to be down and away. Who's going to get it? Daniel's back out front. Matthew Gall going to be right there in second. Yeah, I got Scott Healy coming out in third. Blake Wachowski coming out in fourth. Chris Melton in fifth. Jacob Elkins in sixth. Merrick Watchhorn making his way out. He's going to drop down to seventh. And you got Maurice Chameleon. He is going to be right there in eighth. Andrew Smith in ninth. James Wagner going to wrap up your top 10. What some amazing racing that has went on. You got John Anthony in 11th and Johnny Hurst in 12th. You got Jeff Scott. He is going to be on pit road. He's going to get his Ford Fresh Feel Goods. Try to get some of that damage fixed. You can see that nose crumpled up a little bit, and I believe Fulton, it might be done for the night, and so will the 3. But we'll have to see if they are able to get back out. We'll probably go green with 4 laps to go. John Daniels is going to be your race leader. Let's see if we can catch up with one of our drivers. And there he is, John Daniels. Mr. Daniels, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
Hello, Mr. Richard. How you doing, good sir?
I am doing all right. Well, you find yourself back out front. You fell back a little bit, and now that caution most likely helped you out. You're going to have about 4 laps to go when you go back green. Can you get a win out of this with that 64 and that 91 right there lurking behind you?
Stand by real quick. 02 did declare outside. But yeah, I've got 2 tires on that, and I'm gonna see what I can do and take it toward the end.
Well,
let me stand by. I need to check back in with deal with the admin thing on here. I'll check. Hopefully, check back in with you later.
all right. All right. Well, let's see if we can grab Scott Healy real quick and get a word with him. He is in the same room that they were. Mr. Scott Healy, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, buddy?
I'm not going to keep you very long, but man, what some amazing races that you and the 91 put on, and it turned out to be catastrophic with 7 laps to go. 91 comes off the wall and takes you both out, along with an innocent bystander to Fulton. But man, you got a fast race car. Can you put that race car in victory lane? That 02 has been pretty fast here tonight earlier on, and he might have something left in the tank.
I'll try my best. Not my best track, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Pretty confident. 4 tires versus 2 right there. I got it.
Absolutely. Looks like Merrick is going to be restarting in 5th. You think he can make it back up?
I don't know how much damage he has. We'll see.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to go back green. Good luck in the rest of your race. We'll see how you finish it out.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. All right. Well, they're getting ready to go back green flag racing. 2 tires versus 4. John Daniels bringing them to the Geico restart zone. Watch for the tire spin. And off and away. Green flag racing. And it's going to be the 64 diving in right there in behind the 02. And here comes the 49 of Chris Melton. Now we've seen him riding around in 3rd. He's going to have that 91 Twigi machine right there behind him. And Twigi is going to have the 78 right there beside him. And they made contact. They did keep it straight, but the 78 was the biggest loser of that as he drops it back to the 5th position. Still hanging tough. He's still within striking distance of grabbing a podium finish. And that Twigi machine going to be looking to possibly make a move into turn number 3. They got 3 laps to go. Coming to 2. They do not want to see a caution, or do they? To get stacked back up. And here comes Blake Wachowski. He has been fast all night. He's been a big mover. He's up 12 positions. Now back down to 11. And he's got a train right there behind him on the outside. And they're making moves because here comes the 24 of Elkins. He was up there in the lead for a little while, or up there with the leaders. And now he's back here running too wide. 2 laps to go. And it is going to be the 02 trying to hang on with those 2 tires. And he's going to be able to hold on to it for now. But the 49 of Melton, he is going to be hungry for a win. Here comes the 64. Got the open lane on the bottom. And he's got the 49 right there behind him coming into turn number 3. Coming to the final lap. Are they going to make it? And here comes that Twigi machine. I don't know. He's going to probably have to move that 49. They are going to be 3 wide coming into turn number 4. The 02 going to be on the outside. 49 going to be the meat in that sandwich. And they're wrecking behind. Did they take the white flag? No. Holy cow. That is a big stack up behind them. And it's going to be everybody. Let's go back and take a look. We're going to have to pause it because we don't know where it started. Oh, the 78. Oh, no. Oh, no. A 78 looks like he was trying to put the power down and just could not get it to stick. There you see he gets passed by Blake Wachowski. He's got the 44 and the 04 right there behind him. And it looks like he is going to step out of shape right there. You can see that car starting to get sideways. The 04 going to be on it. And he's going to take a trip up to the wall. 04 had nowhere to go. He's going to get in the back of the 78. 78 is going to, the 04 is going to get into the 44. The 58 going to try to make it around. And don't believe he was able to make it around. I don't believe Johnny Hurst got a lot of damage. Oh, yeah, he may have. He takes another trip to the outside wall. 04 still going to be involved. Look at, let's ride with James Wagner as he made it through that. Let's go back to the yellow flag. And there is James. And let's go to his gyro cam. He sees all this happening. He doesn't know what car is going to go where. And he just gets that car slowed down, doesn't want to lock up the tires. Goes around the 78. Oh, look at the 04 just part ways. And he is able to make it around with no harm done to that number 30 machine. All right, well, John Daniels going to have another attempt to get the white flag and get the win. Or excuse me, Scott Healy going to be in first. John Daniels going to be able to try to grab a podium finish here, but he's still got Merrick Watchorn and Melton right there with 4 fresh feel goods on their race cars. You know what? We have not talked, and let's see if we can find Melton in the chat. And I don't believe he is. But we'll take a look at your lineup for the remainder of the race. Scott Healy, he is going to be in first. He's going to be up 7 positions. John Daniels is going to be right there in second where he started this race. Merrick Watchorn is going to be up 1 position in third. Chris Melton, he is going to be up 12 from where he started. Yeah, riding around in fourth. Fifth is going to be Jacob Elkins. He is going to be down 2 positions in fifth. Blake Wachowski going to be up 11 in sixth. John Anthony in seventh, up 5. Maurice Gomillion in 8th, down 3. James Wagner in 9th, up 1. Matthew Gall in 10th, down 1. And Andrew Smith going to be in 11th, bringing his car back down pit road for a little bit more damage repair. But Jeff Scott going to have his car. Oh, my goodness. Oh, giggity Carl. I don't think that car's got any gas in it. He got sparks flying. And the hood's up on it. He can't see. Let's see if we can see. Oh, yeah, there it is. He can't see nothing. Can't see nothing. Let's see driving like that. I wouldn't know where to go. I'd be trying to look through the flap. That's pretty good. Where are we at? Dang, the pace of truck lights are out. How much longer we got? I think we got about a half a lap. I might have to bring him in here. Let's see where he is. Jeff Scott, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Man, can you see out of that windshield?
Well, thankfully I'm in VR right now, so I'm ducking down to the right to look in between my cockpit.
We're riding on board. I'm like, man, he can't see nothing. Can't see
Oh,
nothing.
I'm gonna finish. I'm finishing the race this way. I don't care.
Well, man, I just had to bring you in to mess with you a little bit. But, man,
I see a kid with a big helmet in my face right now. It's funny.
That's pretty funny, man. Good luck, and we'll catch you in a little bit.
All right. Hopefully, I get a top 10 out of this.
Hope so. Wow. All right. Well, they are coming out of, I believe that is turn number 4. Yes, it is. And so the pace truck will dive off, and we'll have another attempt at a green-white checkered with Scott Healy and Merrick Watchorn are going to be lined up nose to tail. Or excuse me, Scott Healy is going to be on the outside. He is going to have Melton on his back bumper, and there they go. John Daniels trying not to spin the tires, and John Daniels got a really good restart with those 2 tires, and he is going to have a hornet's nest right there behind him. Scott Healy trying to power his way out of turn number 1, and he is going to lead Merrick Watchorn and Chris Melton to battle it out, and they are going to be side by side. A little bit of door bang and another caution. And we're going to have another attempt as Merrick Watchorn tried to push it a little bit too hard. Did Jeff Scott make it through? Oh, he did. He did. He was trying to get a top 10. He might get it now. I believe James Wagner had to tow from that one. But let's go back and take a look and find out exactly what happened. Merrick Watchorn definitely pushing it through the turn. And let's see. That is going to be right there. We're going to back it up just a hair. And let's find a 49 and right on board. Merrick Watchorn is going to be on the inside. Let's see if we can find a better camera angle. That looks like it's going to be the 1. And who comes where? Roughneck Racing. And it looks like the Twigi machine, he gets a little bit out of shape. And whammo. Blake Wachowski going to be involved in that. 91 going to take a trip to the outside wall. If he used that fast repair, he's not going to be in contentions because that car is going to have a little bit of damage. But look at the 34 work his way right through that, and we're going to back it up. We're going to have to go back and ride with the 34 because he had it. He had the lane of choice going through all that. And let's go back on board. Watch this. He sees it all happening. The seas part ways. He's going to make it right on through between the 49 and the 31 unscathed. And he is going to overtake second position. Melton made it right on through. And it looks like Melton may have gotten second before when the flag flew. He may have been in second already. All right, well, that was definitely interesting. Oh, Giggity Carl, still, he has, I wonder if he's still riding with the hood up. But, oh, Giggity, he's right there in 10th. And a lot of other drivers are bringing their cars down pit road to get some repairs damaged. You got Melton, you got Watchorn, and you got Daniels all in the pits. And that's going to move Scott up, possibly a couple positions. Where is Scott? Scott's going to get the lucky dog, and he's going to make his way around. Is the hood going to fly up again? Oh, dang it. It fell back down and latched. That's pretty good. Well, he was hoping for a top 10. He might get it. He might not have the most aerodynamic car, but it's still rolling. It's got 4 wheels on it. John Daniels going to win the race off of pit road. Merrick Watchorn going to get all the repairs done that he can, along with Melton is still going to be in the pits. All right. Well, we should be coming to 2 laps until green. Well, we should be at 2 laps until green. We should have 1 to go when the leader hits the line. We threw some duct tape on it. That was the best. I hope somebody clips that. Well, it's been a very exciting race here tonight in the CannonBall Iracing series. Back on the track after a small break I think they've had about a month off, and now the racing is not disappointing as they are driving the wheels off these cars literally. And it looks like Scott Healy probably going to line up on the outside as he did last time. And there's old Giggity Carl bringing it out of turn number 4, catching up with the rest of the field. That car ain't pretty no more. He ain't got no paint on it. And looks like the 44 might be having a little bit of connection issue. He is playing peekaboo with the camera, but Scott Healy gonna be lining up on the outside. He's got John Anthony right there on the inside. Got Matthew Gall restarting in third. You got Go Million. He is kind of playing peekaboo, but he's gonna be right there in fourth. You got Elkins and you got Witkowski. He's starting on row number 3. Row number 4 is gonna be Watchhorn and Daniels and Scott. Gonna be right there. I believe he's going to get the EOL for getting the lucky dog. But he is caught up with the rest of the field. And we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. All right, cars that are out of tonight's race is going to be Chris Melton, James Wartsma, Stanley Wagner, Smith is going to be out. Johnny Hurst is going to be out. Fulton is going to be out. So quite a few cars are going to be out and being involved in these later incidents. Hate to see that because they had very good contentions of winning tonight's race, especially with these late cautions. And we are about to go green flag racing with 2 to go as the pace truck is coming into turn number 4. Indianapolis Motor Speedway has not been disappointing tonight, and we want to appreciate all our viewers for stopping by and spending your Friday evening here with the CannonBall Iracing series. They definitely appreciate it. I appreciate it. And let's get ready to go back green flag racing, maybe for 2 green flag laps. We don't want to see this thing end under caution. Healy, Anthony, Geico restart zone. Green flag is out, and here comes Healy. He got a good jump on that outside lane. He had Go Million right there on the outside, and here comes the 78, giving the 34 a nice little shove into turn number 1, and they are going to be side by side with the 44 and the 78. They are going to get it all straightened out as Gall does work his way into the 3rd position. It looks like Anthony, he might have a little bit of a chance to make something happen as Gall has a nice little bit of a breakaway from the rest of the pack. You got Blake Witkowski. He is going to be the biggest mover of the race. He's going to be right there racing it out for the 4th position. And Merrick Watchhorn is stuck in traffic. He may not be able to get it around. He's going to try to sail it around on the outside as they come out of turn number 3. He's going to be able to clear the 24. He's still got the 31, which has been pretty fast all night, but he does have a little bit of damage. So he's going to, oh my goodness, they are going to slam the wall. The 31 slammed the wall very hard, and it looks like the 34 is going to has slammed the wall too. The white flag is out, and look at Merrick Watchhorn work his way around everybody and take over a podium position if he can hold it. John Daniels is going to be right there in the 4th position. He's still got a fast race car as he works his way into turn number 2. Not going to be able to get there. He's going to depend on the draft coming down that backstretch. Scott Healy trying to run away with it with 0.6 of a second lead. Now only about a half a second lead over Gall. Coming to turn number 3, and they only got 2 more turns left. You got Daniels all over the back bumper of the 91 Twigi machine, but it looks like the Twigi machine gets a better entrance into turn number 3 and into turn number 4. It might be a bump and run from Watchhorn to Gall if he can get there, but he don't have the momentum. Coming out of turn number 4 is going to be Scott Healy, bringing him to the checkered flag, bringing the draft, and he is going to take the win with Gall right there in 2nd. Wow, what a race. They were able to get it down, and looks like Daniel put in the fastest lap on the last lap with a 51.204. Oh, my goodness. Well, Giggity Carl wanted a top 10, and he got it. He was the biggest mover of the race with a broken down car. driving with the hood up, couldn't see. And he gets him a 7th position. That's pretty good. I like it. All right, there is your race winner of tonight, Matthew Gall, bringing home a strong 2nd place, with Merrick Watchorn finishing out in 3rd. John Daniels, he got him a nice top 5 here tonight. Well, let's see those full race results, brought to you by Twigi. It is going to be Scott Healy bringing home the win here tonight. You got Matthew Gall. He is going to be finishing out in 2nd. Merrick Watchorn in 3rd. John Daniels in 4th. You got Jacob Elkins in 5th. You got Maurice Gomillion in at number 44 and in 6th. Jeff Scott finishing out in 7th. He is very happy. He's out up there doing burnouts. And you got Blake Wachowski finishing in 8th. John Anthony in 9th. And you got James Wartsma hanging in there, getting him a top 10 finish. And let's see, 2nd page is going to be Jack Stanley. He is going to get 11th. You got Christopher Melton. He is going to get 12th. Andrew Smith in 13th. You got James Wagner in 14th. Johnny Hurst in 15th. 16th is going to be Derek Fulton. And you have Wesley Lynch in 17th. Aaron Raymond in 18th. And R.J. Buchanan in 19th. Wow, what a race that was. And we're going to get to let them talk to us about their race, their race in just a moment. But let's go see that number 64 do his victory burnout as he raced his heart out and made it up 7 positions to get tonight's win. And I think his burnout is done. Wow. All right, just give me 1 second, folks. Trying to round up everybody. And Merrick Watchorn, he is going to be right there in the... He is going to be right there. There he is. And bring him up to the booth. Merrick Watchorn, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
10-4.
Man, what a race that you had. Man, you pretty much had a dominant car. But the last few times on that restart, man, it looks like you got into some shenanigans. But you made it through. After a few cars tapped the wall just a little bit, and you were able to maneuver yourself around and grab a podium finish. Man, talk to us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, it was just one of those things tonight. Everything that happened and went wrong. So it's unfortunate. We just gotta live and learn and move past it and try to figure out what works best for the next coming race. If I knew that was going to happen tonight, I would have, been more aggressive. It's unfortunate with how tonight's race went. But yeah, it's one of those nights.
Well, yeah, a 3rd place finish. I mean, from the comeback that you've had, from the incidents that you had, I mean, that is a pretty darn good comeback. You still held on. You got the car fixed up the best way you could, and a top 3 is not too bad at all. But, next week, we're off next week as we come back after the 4th of July holiday, and you have the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro. Man, tell us what you're thinking about, 200 laps there.
Anything can happen. It's a short track, so we'll see what happens. I just need to stay out of trouble. Do what I do best. And try to come back on top. Just with tonight's race, it was just lap cars in the way and me making a minor mistake when I was going into the corner with Scott. And just a lot of, hard racing across the board, between the 49.9 and between Scott and I mean, just hard racing across the board. Just we'll see what happens at North Wilkesboro. At this point, I don't know. I was hoping to get a win tonight with Indy. Indy's one best tracks, and unfortunate we get bad luck. So we'll move forward. We'll jot this down and do what we can moving forward.
Absolutely. Well, You know what comes with those podium finishes? Man, you can grab all the shout-outs that you would like to give.
Yes, sir. To give you a shout out to you, of course, for showing off us and giving us the love that we want on Roku TV and, of course, on YouTube. Give a shout out to all my admins and everyone else that came out from Roughneck to ASDR. Couldn't do without them. Give a shout out to Twigi QSA, friends, family, loved ones. Say hi to my girlfriend. Hi, baby. And yep, try and move on and put this behind us and enjoy our July 4th and come back stronger than ever.
Absolutely, man. Well, go celebrate. You definitely earned it here tonight. The third place finish. Congratulations. And we'll see you at North Wilkesboro. Probably before then, but we'll see you here back at Cannonball at North Wilkesboro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Merrick Watchhorn bringing home a strong third place finish. Now it is time to bring up our second place finisher. That is going to be Mr. Matt Gall. And without further ado, Mr. Gall, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, sir.
Man, what an amazing finish that you had of second place. Did you think you were going to get a podium tonight?
Absolutely not. Before the Caution Fest happened, I was thinking, I'm P5. I'm happy with that. You know what I mean? With the caliber of drivers that we have in this league, anytime you get a top 5, you got to be kind of happy with that. With where I'm at in iRacing, and to get a second place and a podium is kind of wild. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Man, it was definitely a race. You had quite a few battles going on yourself. You and Johnny Hurst, y'all were battling it out lap after lap. And, green flag pit stops, you had them, you made them, you didn't make any mistakes, and now it all paid off, especially with those cautions and a few cars making a few mistakes. But, man, what a great night that you had. Social Outcast, Mag Real Estates Ford. Man, congratulations on that second place finish. You definitely earned it there.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was not easy tonight. It was pretty rough out there, and it was strange conditions, different than I remember on Monday night. But last week I think we talked on a Roughneck Racing post race, and I said that this track was pretty good for me. And yeah, I mean, it is a good track for me. We've raced a few times here this week, and this is the best finish. So to do it in this league is a big deal. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is a good fun race.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, what comes with those podium finishes, along with celebrating, man, you can grab all the shout outs that you would like to give. I know your sponsors are definitely going to be proud of what you put on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, thank Cannonball for putting it on. Wagner Welding, Mag Real Estate sponsors a lot of different races that we do. So thanks to them. You guys up there in the booth so we can watch this back. Appreciate that. Teammates, Doug, Jeff, we had Johnny Hurst in there tonight too. We had a good team, and unfortunately what happened between me and Johnny, but really enjoy racing with these guys, and a big thanks to all of our sponsors.
Absolutely. Well, go celebrate. You definitely earned it. And we will catch you in the next race.
Sounds good. See ya.
See you, man. All right. Well, that was our second place finisher of Matthew Gall. Oh, man, I forgot to ask him about North Wilkesboro. But I will catch him next time and ask him that. But now we're going to take a trip to our race winner, and that is going to be Scott Healy, as he was busy when we pulled him in last time. Let's see if he's not busy now. Mr. Scott Healy, our race winner, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up, man?
Man, you had the race of a lifetime here tonight. Y'all had some side-by-side racing. Y'all had some door touching. Y'all had a little bit of everything, and you got into a little bit of incident, but you find yourself still in victory lane. Man, talk to us a little bit about that race throughout the night.
Well, I wasn't expecting to win. I just drove home from work. It was about an 8-hour drive back home. And it was like 9 o'clock when I got on. I was like, well, I got no practice. We'll see how it goes. And Merrick gave me some changes, and I did that, and it helped throughout the run. I was slow in the beginning, and just getting that 10 lap fresher tires in the beginning was a huge advantage, and it kind of helped me, you know, with what Merrick was doing, because I got to catch up to him and see what he was doing with his line and breaking points and all that stuff. So throughout the run, I was a little bit faster, but I don't think I had anything from Merrick. He was really fast. It's just the tire advantage kind of helped me. That's about it. If we were on same lap tires, uh, in the beginning, he would have just been gone, and I would have been left in the dust. So it kind of stinks that his night kind of got ruined. But it just kind of all played out at the end for me, which is very rare. So yeah, I'm just kind of happy, kind of shocked at him at first. I don't know how I feel right now.
Well, that last pit stop, you pitted just a lap after Merrick did, and you ran him down. From 2 seconds, you ran him down, unless he was being really conservative. But you were able to run him down, and that's when y'all got into the incident, battling for the lead. But, man, what a phenomenal job y'all did tonight. It was definitely not disappointing. Indy can go all green and, be kind of, just boring, like single file. But there was battles all over the track. So, man, y'all made it definitely an exciting race here tonight. I know the fans at home enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. And, man, congratulations. And you know what comes next, man. You got all the shout-outs that you would like to give, because you definitely earned them here tonight.
Yeah, I like to thank Merrick. I know he had a rough night, but he does everything for this league, and I'm glad to help him. Thank you for broadcasting. You do an amazing job each and every week broadcasting. Friends, family, my girlfriend's probably passed out, but I'd like to thank her. Quick Crete, my father drives for them, and I just kind of just put on my car. So thanks to them, and that's really it, my man.
Well, you got the All-Star race coming up in 2 weeks. You'll be off next week, so definitely get all practiced up for that, because that is some short track racing, 200 laps at North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race. So let's see what you can do at North Wilkesboro. And, man, we will go celebrate. We will catch you next time. Enjoy your weekend, and if we don't talk to you before 4th of July, enjoy the holiday.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too. All right. Well, that is our conclusion of the race tonight. Our winner is going to be Mr. Scott Healy. Congratulations to the biggest mover of Jeff Scott. He rode around the track with the hood up, couldn't see nothing. And luckily he was in VR, or he wouldn't be able to see nothing. So I love racing in VR. So he is going to be our biggest mover of the night. He was multiple laps down, came back, got into some incidents, had a car that he didn't think was going to finish. But he was able to do it, and he was very happy to grab that top 10. But congratulations to our top 3. They did a wonderful job of racing. Congratulations, at the great race that all the other drivers put on. Can't wait to see what they can do at North Wilkesboro. Remember, we will be off for the next 2 weeks, and we'll come back on the 12th of July. If we don't talk, see you next week for some of our other broadcasts. We hope y'all have a great holiday, and we'll catch y'all next time here at CannonBall Iracing Series. Y'all have a good night. Take care of each other, and God bless y'all. See y'all.